Hi students, welcome to today's class. I hope all of you are fine and safe. Do you remember what we discussed in the previous class? Good. So what is CSO? Yes, Central Statistical Office. Central Statistical Office has classified the economic activities included in the primary, secondary and tertiary sectors. Every occupation in our country falls under the primary, secondary and tertiary sector. The economic activities of each sector can be understood from this table. Primary sector, agriculture and allied activities, forestry, fishing and mining. In secondary sector, industry, generation of electricity and building construction. And in tertiary sector, trade, transport, hotel, communication, procurement, banking, insurance, business, real estate and social services. In India, the availability of employment in primary, secondary and tertiary sectors varies. You can find an increased access to employment in some sectors while it is not so in the other sectors. Students, observe this table. The table shows the percentage of employment availability in different sectors from 1993 to 2011. From this table, we can understand that primary sector has more employment opportunities than the other sectors. Here, agriculture and allied activities provide more employment opportunities. The food requirement of our country is met by primary sector. Now students, look at this graphical representation. This is a graphical representation of the trend in food grain production in India during different periods. Can you identify what type of change the diagram indicates? The diagram states that there is a steady progress in food production in India, but poverty still persists in various parts of India even after the increased food production. What may be the reasons? Defects in distribution, low potential of individuals to purchase goods, all products are not collected, a part of them is damaged, export of food products. So what is meant by food security? Food security exists when all people at all times have physical and economic access to sufficient, nutritious food to meet their dietary needs and food preference for active and healthy life. So, by analyzing the definition of food security, what conclusion can we arrive at? Food should be made available at all times. All people should get food. Public distribution of food grains should be made efficient. Exploitation should be ended. People should have an idea about their rights. Agriculture sector should become strong and people should have the buying capacity. So students, do you know what is self-sufficiency in food? If a country is able to produce sufficient food to meet with the requirements of its people, it can be considered as self-sufficient in food. So students, today we discussed about different economic activities of each sectors. Among the three sectors of the economy, the agriculture sector still provides more employment opportunities and self-sufficiency in food. So students, that's all for today. We'll meet you in the next class with the rest of the chapter. Thank you.